I'm tired all the time.
All right, cool. I'm recording. Hey guys, welcome Liz. Welcome anybody that decides to watch this later. I hope you do because I feel like I got some valuable information and I want to set you guys up for some success. So I want to start us off just really quickly talking about the power of the opportunity that we have in front of us. And I want you guys to think about why it is that you signed up, not necessarily to coach, but why it is that you signed up in general to do this Beachbody thing. Either there was something missing or there was just something more that you wanted from life, from your health, from your fitness, whatever it was. You might have been somebody that started because you had an event to go to and you needed to drop some weight quick, but for whatever reason, you decided that you wanted to join on as a coach, either for the discount or with the chance to help some other people. So I want you to really think about why it was that you started and what you've gained from this entire process. And then I want to know why you're not sharing it with other people. Like why you're not letting other people know. I don't know about you, but when I go out to a restaurant and it's amazing, I kind of tell everybody about it. Like I tell people about stuff I'm watching on TV all the time. Yesterday I posted about how I was loving Love Boat and didn't care. Anybody knew it, right? And when you come across something that's awesome, you want to share it with people. And we're really reluctant to share about these programs and products for whatever reason. You don't want to be seen as a wackadoo. Maybe you've got friends that might think that. Maybe you're afraid that they're going to think it's dumb. I don't know. Whatever your fear is, you don't even have to share it in the hopes that they're going to join you and buy it, but just to let them know about, how great you're feeling or these awesome results. I know for me, it literally saved me. I was going down a really dangerous path. I was getting in pretty deep. And if I didn't pull myself out when I did, I'm not sure what my life would quite look like. And for me, it was such a blessing because it didn't just help me rediscover like my athlete inside me and my inner drive and my purpose again, but it helped me drop a ton of weight, which my body needed desperately. It helped me do and be able to move again the way I needed to desperately. Because I started making changes, my sister finally got on board and started making changes. And not because I hounded her all the time, but because she saw what I was doing and got excited about it. So I want you guys to think about the power of this opportunity that you have to share with others. And then as coaches, you can earn some money doing this. Straight up can earn some money. Guys, if you get 2-3 people that are interested in jumping on this, you can get your shake covered. And I know a lot of you out there, the shake is still a pretty big expense. I haven't paid for my own shake since about the 3rd month I started doing this because I made sure that I always made at least enough money to cover my shake when I started. And I really only started for the discount opportunity. So I just want you to think about the power there and the power not just to earn money, but to change a life. If one person can be touched by this stuff the way you were, like, isn't it worth sharing? Okay. Enough of that. With that, I want to talk about the basics, just our business basics. This stuff can be so darn overwhelming. I know Liz is well, she's live, so we'll talk to Liz. But Liz, like you jumped on, you saw that there was the potential in this, and how quickly did you get overwhelmed? Like so fast, right? I mean, there is just
In like 30 seconds.
30 seconds. Now, a lot of it, guys, I'm not going to lie.
A lot of information.
I get super excited and I don't get to talk to a lot of people in real life. So I can overwhelm you very quickly and easily. Working on that. But the other thing is there is just so much information and there's such great information. And there's so much there that often we find ourselves getting paralyzed by it. And then instead of doing anything, we do nothing. Have you guys heard like why lion tamers use like a stool? Have you ever heard about that, Liz? Like they're not like going to hit a lion with a stool, but basically the idea is the stool that has 3 or 4 legs on it, the lion tamer is using because the lion sees these 3 and 4 things coming at it and it can't decide what it's supposed to do because there's too many options and it freezes. And that's what we do with this business when we have so many trainings and so much there and we want to learn everything we possibly can before we do anything. Again, we don't move forward. So I want us to really just break it down. I'm going to break it down to the very basics. If you want to start moving your business forward, you want to start doing stuff, who has, other than me right now, who has time to spend hours a day? And I have time, but I'm not spending hours a day. We need to break this down so it's manageable, that you can do this within the course of your busy lives. Guys, it breaks honestly down to the 4 vital behaviors. Beachbody broke it down for us. They gave us a roadmap. What they did was they studied the most successful people in the business and figured out, what are these people doing consistently that's getting them results, okay? Before I hit on that, the key is, what are they doing consistently over a long extended period of time? If you guys have not read The Slight Edge or listened to it on Audible, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson is a must read. It's a must read for life in general, not specific to this business, but when you read it, you're just going to see how it's so applicable to everything we do in life and why so many people fail and so few are successful. And it's not because of these big, crazy, amazing things that they're doing. It's because they're doing the small, consistent things over time, over a long period of time. They're not giving up right before the breakthrough. And we see that all the time. So many of us have probably done it. And I want you guys to look at your own health and fitness journey. Like, it takes a while to gain momentum, but once you can break through, you get that momentum and you can keep going forward. But as soon as you stop working out, it takes a whole lot to rebuild that momentum again. So they studied these coaches, they figured it out, and they gave us 4 vital behaviors, right? Basically, it comes down to press play, right? These are not the vital behaviors. We need to press play. We need to be doing a program and sharing about the program. Liz and I were talking how we are old, broken, former athletes. And Liz's back is bothering her. And I was like, you got to do more yoga. And she's been doing yoga. She's just done more yoga this month than about anything else. I abandoned the program I was on, and I've been sharing about it openly on my Instagram and my Facebook, saying, hey, look, I believe in a calendar. I think you should follow a calendar. However, my knee is jacked up and it's really hurting now. And so I need to abandon the calendar, but this is what I'm doing instead and why I'm doing it. And so I'm teaching the lesson through it. But I'm still going through my Beachbody programs. Now, I still recommend you find a program and you do a program from start to finish, because that's how you're proof the product works. But if there's a reason that you strayed, share about it. If you fell off because the world got busy around you and you're jumping back on, share it. I don't recommend that you fall off every month and have to come back on and share it, because people are going to lose trust. But if you fall off, you're just showing that you're human and that this stuff is important and that a community is important to help keep you going. So you want to be sharing what you're doing. So press play on a darn program. If you need help figuring one out, let me know. If you want to jump in one, I'm starting Clean Week next week. I'm actually going to do all the workouts for Clean Week. And then I'm going to, hopefully my knee will be ready for me to jump back into Asylum 1, which is a 30-day program. Next thing you got to do is drink a shake. Drink the darn shake. Talk about the darn shake. Talk about how it makes you feel. You don't have to get all sciencey. If you're looking for something to share one day, start educating people about Shakeology in a simple, basic way. I did for a while, and I need to go back. I was just sharing a different ingredient each day. And I said, this is something, this is an ingredient that's in this thing, and this is what it does for my body. And this is what, why I love it. There's a lot of different ways that you can share about Shakeology without being like, I'm drinking my shake again. And you want to start to get comfortable with that. But you want to be drinking your shake, because drinking your shake is also going to give you your story that you're sharing as you're inviting people. I can tell people, I'm recommending the shake because this is what I do. This is what I did and I continue to do, and why I continue to do it. You need to be reading a book. Okay, I'm going to say read a book. Listen to a book. Podcasts are great. The National Wake Up Call is a must, but we need to be feeding our brain with good stuff. The reality is, if you're not growing, you're never going to grow a business. If you're not changing and improving, you're never going to grow a business. This isn't just always motivational, pump you up. But let me tell you, I was struggling for a while with some stuff. And so I had to look at what am I going to read next? What's going to help draw me out? What's going to give me a new perspective? For me, I talk about consistency all the time. That's why I went back to the slight edge. I started falling off a little bit. I could feel it. I knew it was coming. I knew this month was going to be a struggle for me. And I knew it was going to be a struggle because of the inactivity of 2 months ago. From the invitations that I didn't send 2 months ago, and I knew it was going to be harder. I sent invitations, but not enough to be where I want to be right now. And so I had to get back to that slight edge mentality. So whatever it is, if you find yourself struggling with a particular area, that's the personal development and the personal growth you want to go to. But as you're getting started, I can recommend a couple books. There's 3 I recommend right off the bat, but always listen to the National Wake Up Call every week. Figure out a way to listen to it. It's going to be some crucial information for you. Then the 3 books I recommend, hands down, off the top of my head, are The Slight Edge with Jeff Olson, Get Over Your Damn Self with Romy, with a last name I can't say, and Go Pro with Eric Worre. 3 books, hands down. And then I got a whole list of others I would recommend from there. But feed your brain with the stuff that you need to have confidence. Because guys, this isn't easy. Like, you might be all excited about these great programs and this awesome shake, and you might have gotten great results that are undeniable. Like, they can be seen. People are still going to shoot you down left and right. But when you're feeding your brain with this stuff, you start to see, okay, they're shooting me down now. They may come around. Maybe they won't come around. But if I continue to ask enough people, I continue to talk to enough people, I'm going to gain momentum and I'm going to build. The other thing is we got to be inviting people to join us. Not only do we need to be sharing what we're doing publicly, with our social media, but we need to be personally inviting people. There's a ton of people that have no idea that I'm a Beachbody coach at all. They don't have a clue what Beachbody is. And I share a lot about it. I share less on my personal page now than I did before, but on my personal page, that's what I used to share. And I would talk to people and they're like, oh yeah, I just bought that program. I'm like, oh, who are you working with? Who's your coach? They're like, no, I just went online and ordered it. Those are missed opportunities because people have no idea that there's a coach. I mean, they see this stuff online, right? We need to be personally inviting people. We need to be reaching out to people and saying, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'd love for you to join me. And then we just need to recognize the efforts of others. As you start to get challengers in your groups, recognize them publicly in their group. If they're comfortable with you shouting them out on social media, recognize them on social media, but make sure you're giving people some recognition. As much as I say I don't do stuff for recognition, holy cow, like, one of the driving forces for me is I want to be on the Team Fitfluence banner every month. I want my little picture up there that says I did what I needed to do for the month. It's that small, silly bit of recognition, but it's amazing what a long way it can go. So it's so important that we're recognizing those challengers. And as you get coaches under you, you want to do that. So guys, the 4 vital behaviors, we're inviting, right? We're being proof the product works. We're doing our personal development and we're recognizing people. That's the basics of this business. All of that other stuff is awesome. Learning all of that stuff is great. But you boil it down to that, and in the meantime, you continue to add tools to your toolbox. You continue to learn more about social media. You continue to learn more about how to close a sale and how to follow up and how to handle objections. You learn that as you go. You learn how to do the fancy little banners and how to make cool graphics. Awesome. If you want to start blogging, you do that as you go, but not instead of these behaviors. Liz and I talked about her schedule is crazy. She's got a crazy schedule. She has a freaking farm, like straight up farm, not like my house is a zoo. She's got a farm, right? And kids and stuff going on. But if we can lay it out to these simple things, guys, think about it. If you could invite every day 3 people, like, look at your friends list. Because I know, with the exception of Tanya, I don't know that anybody else here has really been working their business at all. So you've got, I mean, minimally, Liz, you got like 450 people probably you're friends with on Facebook. Something like that.
Something like that.
So just think, if you guys just started inviting a couple people a day, that's it. You get up in the morning, shoot out a couple invitations, and then go about your day. Then at the end of the day, check your messages. If anybody responded, then you respond back. You don't have to be Johnny on the spot. You don't have to answer people right away. If they do respond, say, hey, I would love to talk to you more about this. If you can, get them on the phone. That'll make your life a lot easier. It'll go a lot quicker. But if you just do, I mean, just think about it. If you just did 3 a day, even Monday through Friday, 5 days a week, what's that? 15 a week, right? That's 60 people a month. Do you think that through 60 people a month, you can get 3 people to join you in some sort of group? I just want you guys to start thinking about the numbers. This turns into math. It's a numbers game. And guess what? The 57 that said no, a lot of them will eventually come around if you stay consistent, if they know you're there. I know Liz and Tanya are both two that are starting to work their business and that are paying attention. I want to say I wore you two down. I invited both of you multiple times.
Amen.
And sometimes Liz didn't even answer. At least Tanya answered and said no, right? But when you stay, I read it the other day. It was pleasantly persistent, right? Be pleasantly persistent. You know, just continue to check in on people. Let them know that you're there. Let them know, hey, if this isn't a good month, you're not ready, that's cool. I'm going to do this again another month. If it's all right with you, I'll let you know when my next group is. I let people know, hey, you're going to hear from me again. If they ever respond. If they don't respond, every once in a while I'll say, hey, I'm going to continue to send you a message until you tell me you don't want me to send you messages. I just had, I had 2 people in the last 2 weeks, one that ordered a challenge pack, say, thank you so much for continuing to talk to me about this. Thank you so much for, you know, kind of getting on me. This is somebody I don't know. Like, I don't know her. She's a friend of a friend who got connected to me somehow on Facebook. She was in a group of mine 2 years ago with a program that she had, and I just started recently talking to her again. And she said, you know, thank you so much for not giving up on me on this. I had another woman who continues to ignore my emails, ignore them flat out. And she messaged me the other day and said, thanks for not giving up on me. And I was like, awesome. So are you ready? I didn't say that. I said, I mean, I let her know, like, I'm not going to give up on you. It's somebody I genuinely care about. I'm like, dude, I care about you. I'm not giving up on you. You know, are you ready to start talking about this? And she did not answer, of course. But we think sometimes we're annoying. Sometimes we may be annoying, but when people are ready, they want to know that we're there. They want to know that we're not going anywhere. And by continuing to give the opportunity to them, they're going to see that. And when they're ready, when the timing is right, when you catch them at just the right moment, I had a woman that ordered 2 months ago, and I sent her a message, and she said, I'm so glad you messaged me. I'm ready. Had you not messaged me, she wasn't going to reach out to me. Don't say, oh, when you're ready, let me know. Nobody does that. Nobody's going to say, I'm ready now. Let's do this. But guys, that's as basic as I can break it down. I've got a roadmap that can get you started. Taryn has a very basic training. When you're ready to go into the Emerald training, we get you in there. Doesn't mean you have to go Emerald right away, but you learn a whole lot of information, and it gives you a whole lot of ways to approach getting to Emerald. Sure, it's awesome to get to Emerald quickly, but if that's not how you're going to build your business, don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Do what you can control. Invite a couple people a day. Then the next day, you know, you follow up with a couple people. But you just keep at it little bit over time. That's the basics of this. It's as simple as we can break it down. The difference between those that are super successful in anything in life and those that aren't are the simple choices we make. And it's the choices to do the things that are easy to do and easy not to do. Inviting is easy to do, and it's so easy not to do. How many times do we say, I didn't invite 5 people today, I'll just invite 10 tomorrow, and then you don't invite 10 tomorrow? How many times have we fallen off of our workout because it was so easy to skip that day because we don't see the results right away? We're an instant gratification society. If we don't see the results and we don't feel the pain of doing or not doing something, it's easy to not do it. Hey, kitty. And so that's the key, is doing a little bit every single day, and it adds up over time. Questions, Liz? Any questions or thoughts or?
Nope. I like it. I like the simple steps.
You're like, nope, nothing.
And all over me.
And guys, it doesn't have to be super complicated. I'm here.
You did a good job explaining it.
Huh?
Oh, I said you did a good job explaining it.
Oh, well, thank you. Guys, I'm here as much as I possibly can, but I continue to put out resources. I still have that. teampursuitfitness.com is going to be a super easy resource for you. It kind of streamlines some of the stuff that's in the Coach Online office. Guys, the Coach Online office has been updated. If you haven't been in there, you need to check it out. I'm still learning my way through it, but if you're new, it's going to make more sense probably. For me, it's like hard to figure out because it's not the way I knew it, but it was created to be easier. So if you're not super familiar with it, start playing around in your Coach Online office. That's where you're going to start to feel more comfortable with this stuff. If I don't answer you right away, part of it is not me being a jerk, but part of it is things that you can figure out on your own. I want to start getting you to learn where to find stuff and how to do this, because it's not super complicated, but it absolutely can be overwhelming. I totally get how overwhelming it can be. So again, just a little bit at a time. And as you have questions, write them down, shoot me a message, give me a call. If you want to get on a Zoom, we can get on a Zoom and we can screen share and do what we need to do. But there's power in this. There's power in what we do. And there's opportunity, not just to change lives, which is what this is mostly about. But guys, it doesn't hurt to earn some income doing the stuff, right? It doesn't hurt to make a little money sharing and helping. So think about that as you guys go forward. The last thing, I was talking to Liz and I forgot to share on here. So make sure you keep your eye on your online office. There's going to be coming out, we've got the Double Time Tony Horton workout coming out. And that's going to be, that launches, I want to say they're saying October 31st, but I think it's November 1st. When you sell that as a challenge pack where you do the all access, it's going to be the Double Time. They're offering it two ways: Double Time All Access with Shakeology, or the Double Time All Access with Daily Sunshine, because they're making this a family-friendly routine. When you sell that, guys, you're going to get 3 Success Club points. That means in order to hit Success Club, you only need to get 2 people. 2. So keep that in mind. Guys, we want to be striving for Success Club, not just because you get cool stuff, not just because you get recognized, but because you're going to start building your business that way. That's where you're going to start to get people to fall in love with the programs and the products that you fell in love with. And that's when you start to accumulate coaches on your team. That's when you start to convert them. You don't need to go straight for the jugular and say, join my team and start doing this. You don't have to do that. Now, there are some people that it might make more sense. Hey, while you're doing this, why don't you just join at the same time? But there is no problem getting people to come on, fall in love with Shakeology, and then before they order the next month, if they plan to order, then get them signed up as a coach. But by starting to get 2 and 3 people joining you a month on this, that's where your residual income is going to build. That's where you're going to start to make a little bit of money and start to feel a lot more comfortable in what you're doing. So with that, did you have any other thoughts or questions, Liz, that I need to go? No.
Nope. I think you did a great job.
All right. You hang on for 1 second while I close this out. Guys, I would love to talk about the things that are going to be most important to you. I'm going to be trying to guess my way through because right now there's only a couple people that are interested in working, and that's okay. But those of you that check this out, let me know what it is that you have questions on, what topics you want to hear most about. Otherwise, it's going to be what I feel like talking about. So I hope you guys have an awesome night. Please don't hesitate to ask questions. That's where you're going to start to learn. And I'm going to stop the video. Done? Nope. Nope. That was the wrong thing. Stop.